April 20th, 2021, Istanbul. Faruk Ozer gets into a black car. He has only a backpack with him.
April 20th, 2021. Istanbul airport security cameras captured what would become the most expensive taxi ride in criminal history. Inside that backpack was more than just documents and a laptop.
The Thodex heist. How Faruk Fatih Ozer stole $2 billion and vanished. It was on April 2021. Istanbul, Turkey.
The man walking through that airport was 27-year-old Faruk Fatih Ozer. Just 4 years earlier, he had founded Thodex for nothing. Now he controlled Turkey's largest cryptocurrency exchange.
Turkish savers are increasingly reliant on cryptocurrencies. They're seeking a safe haven for their money because of the falling value of the lira. But the industry has taken several hits in recent days.
Turkey's collapsing economy had created the perfect storm. As the lira plummeted, desperate citizens poured their life savings into cryptocurrency exchanges like Thodex. They thought they were protecting their families. They were funding their own destruction.
What's happening, guys? What's going on? YouTube, you guys have tuned into Rules for Rebels, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about a Turkish cryptocurrency exchange that just did a rug pull or an exit scam, fleecing investors out of...
The free Dogecoin wasn't generosity. It was bait. Every free token drew in new victims who would deposit real money to trade. Ozer was building a honey trap on an industrial scale.
Hi guys. Oh, this
391,000 users, teachers, doctors, students, retirees. Each one trusted Thodex with their financial future. None of them knew their CEO was already planning his escape route.
The Thodex heist. How Faruk Fatih Ozer stole $2 billion and vanished. It was on April 2021. Istanbul, Turkey. A young entrepreneur, Faruk Fatih Ozer.
The Four Seasons Hotel checkout was at 6 a.m. The taxi was waiting. Ozer had rehearsed this moment for months, timing every step. He knew the airport security schedules. He knew which flights avoided extradition treaties.
Hi guys.
While Ozer sat in that taxi, 391,000 people were sleeping peacefully in their beds. They had no idea their life savings were about to disappear forever.
There was a massive crypto exchange that was based in Turkey called Thodex. Thodex had 390,000...
Thodex wasn't operating in isolation. Turkey's crypto Wild West had become a feeding ground for fraudsters, but none had the audacity to attempt what Ozer was planning.
What began as a story about a young tech entrepreneur who wanted to modernize the Turkish financial world turned into one of the biggest fraud cases the country had ever seen. And when you look at the rise...
Ozer had cultivated the image of a crypto visionary. Magazine interviews, conference speeches, award ceremonies. Every public appearance was performance art, concealing the monster underneath.
4 people have been arrested after the Turkish exchange Vibitcoin closes its doors. The arrested employees include directors who have been suspected of fraud. We have a lot of...
4 years. That's how long it took to build the trap. From 2017 to 2021, Ozer systematically gained the trust of an entire nation's crypto community.
Frames. The man steps out of the car calmly, walks inside without haste, and disappears into the crowd. At exactly 9 a.m., the plane lifts off.
The psychology was perfect. Give people something for free, and they'll trust you with everything they have. Ozer understood human greed better than most psychologists.
What's happening, guys? What's going on? YouTube, you guys have tuned into Rules for Rebels, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about a Turkish cryptocurrency exchange that just did a
Other exchanges were collapsing around Thodex. Arrests, bankruptcies, regulatory pressure mounting. But Ozer seemed untouchable. The authorities praised him as a legitimate businessman.
In April 2021, he abruptly closed the exchange and disappeared, allegedly with over $2 billion in customer funds. Turkish authorities arrested Ozer in Albania in July 2021 and extradited him.
The word abruptly doesn't capture the violence of that moment. Imagine checking your life savings and finding nothing. No explanation. No warning. Just empty.
That followed. Imagine waking up one day to find that the cryptocurrency exchange you trusted has disappeared, along with your life savings. That's exactly what happened to nearly
391 000 personnes. 391 000 familles. Chacune se réveillant pour découvrir qu'elle avait été systématiquement dérobée par quelqu'un qu'elle avait confié.
On all charges. The 11,196-year sentence is symbolic, as it is unlikely that Ozer will serve anywhere near that amount of time in prison. However, it is a strong message from the Turkish authorities that they will not tolerate cryptocurrency fraud. The Thodex scandal has shaken the Turkish cryptocurrency community and raised concerns about the safety of investing in cryptocurrencies. However, it is important.
Albania, not a random choice. No extradition treaty with Turkey at the time. Ozer had studied international law as carefully as he had studied his victim's psychology.
For their money because of the falling value of the lira. But the industry has taken several hits in recent days. The founder of one cryptocurrency exchange has reportedly fled the country with hundreds of millions of euros in user assets. 3 others have stopped trading, citing financial difficulties.
The news reports said hundreds of millions. They were wrong. It was 2 billion. The largest cryptocurrency theft in history, executed by a 27-year-old who looked like a college student.
He was a Turkish guy, and he's a cryptocurrency boss. Yes, cryptocurrency boss. And he and his 2 brothers siblings have been jailed for 11,196 years each for defrauding investors of millions of dollars. Oh my God.
11,196 years. The judge was sending a message that would echo through every courthouse in the world. Some crimes are so monstrous, they deserve impossible.
Yes, you are correct. Faruk Fatih Ozer, the former CEO of the Turkish cryptocurrency exchange Thodex, was sentenced to 11,196 years in prison on September 8, 2023. He was found guilty of
September 8, 2023. The gavel fell in an Istanbul courtroom. Fraud, money laundering, leading a criminal organization. Guilty on all counts.
Istanbul airport will flood Turkish news. The exchange trusted by hundreds of thousands will vanish along with $2 billion. And those quiet images of his escape will become the symbol.
The manhunt had lasted only 3 months. Albanian police found Ozer living in a luxury apartment in Tirana, still spending his victims' money. He thought he was untouchable.
Within hours, videos of Faruk calmly passing through passport control at Istanbul airport will flood Turkish news. The exchange trusted by hundreds of thousands will vanish along with $2 billion.
Trust is the foundation of every financial system. Ozer didn't just steal money. He stole trust itself. He poisoned an entire generation's faith in digital currency.
Turkey, he was long seen as a prodigy. He grew up in Kocaeli, an industrial province in the northwest of Turkey, just east of Istanbul, on the Sea of Marmara. The area is known for its large ports, logistics hubs and factories, a region where technology and industry intersect. In such an environment, Ozer came into contact with computers and technology at a time when Turkey itself was becoming increasingly.
His brothers were sentenced alongside him. This wasn't a lone wolf operation. It was a family business built on systematic theft and betrayal.
Crypto visionary transformed into the face of a multi-billion-dollar fraud. And this is the story of the man who was found dead in his cell. His name is Faruk Fatih Ozer.
The transformation wasn't sudden. It was methodical. Every interview, every conference appearance, every award ceremony was part of the performance. Ozer was method acting his way to the biggest heist in crypto history.
The exchange has reportedly fled the country with hundreds of millions of euros in user assets. 3 others have stopped trading, citing financial difficulties. Turkey has an estimated 40 cryptocurrency exchanges and
40 cryptocurrency exchanges operating in Turkey. Thodex was the largest, most trusted, most legitimate seeming. That reputation wasn't accidental. It was weaponized.
The Thodex heist. How Faruk Fatih Ozer stole $2 billion and vanished. It was on April 2021. Istanbul.
But today, he's not going to work. Today, he's fleeing. Within hours, videos of Faruk calmly passing through passport control at Istanbul airport will flood Turkish news.
Those airport cameras captured more than just a man walking. They captured the exact moment when white-collar crime became grand theft on a national scale.
Cryptocurrency exchange, but apparently how they grew so quickly, they had almost 400,000 users. They grew so quickly by offering free Dogecoin or free Doggy Coin to users to lure them on the platform. Now, why I thought this was kind of
The free Dogecoin strategy reveals Ozer's understanding of human psychology. Give people something worthless for free, and they'll give you everything valuable they own.
4 people have been arrested after the Turkish exchange Vibitcoin closes its doors. The arrested employees include directors who have been suspected of fraud. We have a lot of crypto legal ban arrest news coming out of Turkey. And that is a volatile situation that's going on in Turkey right now with regard.
The cryptomania of 2021 created perfect cover for Ozer's operation. In a world where digital toilet paper was selling for thousands of dollars, a legitimate-looking exchange could hide in plain sight.
There was a massive crypto exchange that was based in Turkey called Thodex. Thodex had 390,000 active users, according to a newspaper out of London. And what happened was the founder of Thodex flew to Albania from Turkey with $2 billion of investment.
OneCoin held the record for the biggest crypto fraud at $4 billion.
A Bulgaria-based offshore company registered in Dubai, which attracted millions of investors over a 2 to 3 year period. Ruja persuaded people in 175 countries to buy educational materials and OneCoin tokens through showy premieres and attractive
175 countries. Millions of victims. But OneCoin took years to build their fraud. Ozer accomplished something almost as devastating in just 4 years, with surgical precision.
Hotel and heads over Istanbul's main airport. The ride takes about 40 minutes, but for the passenger inside, this journey will later be reconstructed almost second by second. Inside the airport, cameras capture the first frames. The man steps out of the car calmly, walks inside without haste, and disappears into the crowd. At exactly 9 a.m., the plane lifts off.
Every step reconstructed, every second accounted for. Turkish investigators built a timeline so precise, it read like an execution checklist. Ozer had planned this escape with military precision. silence after the collapse was deafening. No customer service, no explanations, no apologies. Just 391,000 people staring at empty accounts. The legal aftermath was swift. Turkish prosecutors didn't just want justice, they wanted to send a message to every potential cryptocurrency fraudster watching from around the world.
Called Thodex. Thodex had 390,000 active users, according to a newspaper out of London. And what happened was the founder of Thodex flew to Albania from Turkey with $2 billion of $2 billion worth of investor funds.
$2 billion. To put that in perspective, that's more than the GDP of some small countries. Ozer had effectively stolen the wealth of an entire nation and carried it in a backpack. The psychological profile of Ozer revealed a man who had compartmentalized his victims completely. To him, they weren't people. They were data points in a massive extraction operation.
The extradition from Albania took 8 months of diplomatic pressure. Ozer fought every step, hiring the most expensive lawyers his stolen money could buy.
Ozer's defense team argued he was just a businessman who panicked when faced with regulatory pressure. The judge didn't buy it. 11,196 years said everything about what the court thought of that excuse.